Hello guys, welcome to my new video series where I'm sort of stumbling my way through learning some more stuff on the guitar. In this video I'm going to be going over root notes and trying to memorize where they are and what they're called. Now, this information is going to be coming from the Guitar Fretboard workbook, mostly. So I'm gonna show you the fretboard first of all, and then I'll show you the positions that I've learned for root notes, and then hopefully that will help you as well as me memorize where they are on the fretboard and what notes they're called. Hopefully this will make more sense when I start. Alright guys, so when I'm talking about root notes, what I really mean is octaves, because that's all it is. So position 1 is going to show you where the octave is if your root note is on the B string. And this will work anywhere on the B string. So let's say you're at the 1st fret B string and you want to find the octave. Position 1 shows you where the octave is, and it's just going to be 2 frets ahead and 1, 2, 3 strings down. So if your root note is 1st fret B string, your octave is going to be 3rd fret A string. And like I said, that works anywhere on the B string really. So if your root note is, say, 5th fret B string, you go 2 frets ahead, 3 strings down, and on the 7th fret A string, that's where your next root note is. Or I guess it would be your previous root note because it's lower in octave, but still, that is an octave and they're both root notes. So yeah, anywhere on the B string, that works. So that's position 1. Position 2 will pick up where position 1 left off. So let's go back to the 1st fret B string, and our next root is 3rd fret A string. So if our root now becomes the 3rd fret A string, our next octave is going to be 2 frets ahead and 2 strings up. So 3rd fret A string, 5th fret G string. That's position 2, and that should be pretty common. You might already know that one because it's used a lot in rock and punk music. So that's a really common octave. Everybody probably already knows position 2. So position 3 picks up where position 2 left off. And so that's going to be a root on the G string. Now this one has 2 different octaves you could go to. You can go to a higher one or a lower one. So position 3, if you're on the G string, your next octave will be 3 frets up and 2 strings up. So if you're on the 5th fret B string, or 5th fret G string, your next root is going to be on the 8th fret high E string. Or your lower octave will be the 8th fret on the low E string. So really, if your root is on the G string, you need to go 3 frets up, and then you'll either be on the high E string for one root or the low E string for a different root. And once again, that works anywhere on the fretboard. So if you're on the G string, 3rd position, so yeah, that works anywhere on the G string. So that's position 3. Position 4, once again, picks up where that left off. So let's stick with the positions that we started with. 1st fret B string gives us position 1. That gives us position 2 to position 3. So position 4 will pick up where they left off, and in this case it'll be on the 8th fret, low E string and high E string. So your next octave will be 2 frets ahead and 1 string up from the low E string. So in this case it'll be 8th fret low E string and 10th fret D string. And that works for anywhere on the low E string. And it's pretty much exactly the same as the A string root. And you'll probably hear that a lot in rock and punk music and things like that. So that's another pretty common one. So that's position 4. Position 5 starts on the D string. In this case, where position 4 left off for this will be on the 10th fret of the D string. And when you're on the D string, your next root or octave will be 3 frets up and 2 strings up. So you'll be on the B string, 11th fret from the the B string 13th fret from the 10th fret D string root. And then you'll notice after position 5 you end up on the B string again, which is position 1. Position 2, position 3, position 4, and so on. So they all tie together and they're all the same notes. Now, the other part that I'm trying to wrap my head around is trying to remember the names of the notes. So if we go back to what we started with, so 3rd fret A string, 1st fret B string, that's position 1, and in this case that's a C note. So let's say you're going through your musical sort of alphabet. The notes are going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But of course there's also sharps and flats. And it's somewhat easier because you can visualize it on a piano keyboard, but there are 2 notes that don't have, they have a sharp or a flat, but it's the next natural note. So I know I'm not really explaining this very well, but it would go, let's just start with A for instance. You have A sharp, B, and C. So instead, B sharp is C, right? So then there's C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. E sharp is F. F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. So there's no sharp or flat between B and C and E and F. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I'm probably not explaining this as well as I could, but anyway, to figure out what the notes are, you can do it by your roots, really. So if you're in position 1 here, the closest one to a note that you probably already know is this note here, because you know that it's the B string, and B sharp is here where we're at, and B sharp is C, right? Or you could go A sharp, B, C to find what that note is. So this is all C roots. All those notes are C, right? So, and that's really the only way I know how to do it right now, is trying to find a note that I know already. And the easiest ones to remember are the open strings, because you have E, A, D, G, B, and E, which are exactly the same notes on the 12th fret. So if your root is, say, here, well, you know the next one is there, so that's position 2, right? And the closest one to a note that I already know is here, because this is the G string, so this is a G note. So you have G, right? And then G flat, F, and F flat is E. So this is an E note. So is that. So is that. So is that. So is that. Actually, that's an E note. This guitar needs some work. Anyway, so that's how I'm trying to memorize the notes on the fretboard, really, is finding a note close to the 12th fret or close to an open string, and then trying to count my way back. It's sort of slow going, but that's one way of learning the notes. And there's no real easy way that I know of to memorize anything, really. So I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully it was a little bit informational, educational, whatever word you want to use. And if you have any suggestions on things that might make it easier to memorize some of this stuff, or tips and tricks that you've learned along the way, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'd love to read them. And thanks as always for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.